If you are deaf or hard of hearing and you're applying for a job, and while working at most jobs, you have a right to effective communication. What is effective communication? Communication that is clear enough for you to have the same chances that hearing people get to apply for a job, to do your job, or to join in work events such as meetings and trainings. You also have a right to clear communication for other important conversations that you have with your employer. Important conversations would include, for example, conversations about your performance, about your pay, or work benefits. Who has to follow this law? Employers with 15 or more workers, employment agencies who are responsible for placement of people in the workforce, and labor unions. If you have a union at your job, that group of people support you and protect your rights. Examples of accommodations for a worker or job applicant who is deaf or hard of hearing. Accommodations could include using hearing and deaf certified or PA state registered sign language interpreters for important conversations and training, using communication access real-time translations, also known as C.A.R.T or real-time captioning, using assistive listening devices that make it easier to hear what your employer or coworker is saying. You can write back and forth. You can ask to meet in a room or provide a work area that is quiet or does not have a lot of background noise. It's important to explain why that accommodation is needed for you. Another example is changing parts of a job that are not really important to your main job. For example, if your work is fixing cars, but other workers also answer the phone when the boss is out, you can ask that you don't have to answer the phone, and that duty can be assigned to another coworker. Regarding the use of the telephone, if you are struggling to hear, you can ask your boss for an amplification on the phone so you are able to hear clearly. Also, you can ask your boss, instead of using the telephone, if you can communicate via email. Or you can ask to install a video phone or other technology that will be able to match your needs. If the employer offers you a job, your employer can ask questions before you start the job about your health, including your hearing, and may make you take medical tests or skill tests only if the employer makes all new workers answer the same questions and take the same medical tests. They cannot single you out because you are deaf or hard of hearing. They can ask you if you think you can complete the job responsibilities with accommodations which they will provide you. If there are some important job responsibilities that you cannot do even with accommodations, then they do not have to hire you. Employers need to provide effective communication. An employer can deny your request if it's a smaller business and they lack the funds and they cannot afford to pay for interpreters, C.A.R.T services, or assistive listening devices, but they need to prove undue hardship. The bigger the business, the more they should be able to help. Your employer will ask for your opinion about what would help make communication clearer. They will listen to what you have to say, but employers do not always have to provide the exact help that you asked for to make communication clear. If they can find another way to communicate with you in a way that you understand, they can use the other way to communicate with you. If you try the employer's way and it does not work, you should let the employer know that it is not working, and the employer will need to find a way that works for you. If you need an accommodation, to 300 days. Another organization where you can make a complaint about discrimination is the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission, PHRC, at the following website: If you need more information or need help, please contact the Intake Unit at the Disability Rights Network of Pennsylvania, DRN. Our phone number is 800-692-7443. Another option is TDD at 877-375-7139. Or you can email us at intake@drnpa.org. Website www.drnpa.org. The Disability Rights Network was set up to advance, protect, and advocate for human, civil, and legal rights for people with disabilities who live in Pennsylvania. Since our time and money is limited, the Disability Rights Network cannot help every individual who needs help with advocacy and legal problems. The Disability Rights Network picks the cases that have the best chance to help as many people with disabilities as possible throughout Pennsylvania. While we cannot help everyone, we do want to give everyone information and referral options. Important: these videos are for general information only. Just seeing these videos does not mean that the Disability Rights Network is your lawyer. Please understand, these videos are not the same thing as talking with a lawyer about your specific problem. This project is supported by a grant from the Pennsylvania Developmental Disabilities Council.